hit that like and subscribe. You're probably already subscribed, but hit the like button. It helps. I don't know why it helps, but it helps. Hey there, hi there, ho there. How can I help you? Speaking of help, I don't know why I've had that. I used to say that a lot when I worked at McDonald's, like in the drive-thru at 3 a.m. Just somebody drive up and be like, hey there, hi there, ho there. How can I help you? You have to entertain yourself at that time. What is up, everybody? It has been a hot minute. Excited for the stream. This should be fun because I'm not just drinking Knob Creek, of course. There's a little in my glass because you always need a control bourbon whenever you're studying or whatever. Well, studying whiskey. Maybe you shouldn't drink bourbon if you're actually studying, but put up with anxiety. I'm going to say hi to some peeps in the chat, and then I'll start just digging into some of these pours. We'll talk tonight a little bit about, is this thing like really bright? Sorry that I can't figure out a way to get my camera just lined up so that it actually looks like I'm looking at y'all. What was I saying? Oh, and we'll also talk a bit about the ALZHEIME'S fundraiser next month, so which I'm super stoked for. And as I say that, I remember I forgot to make like a little banner. I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I did. Blah, 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 blah. I've still got like the really old ones, but the link and stuff will be wrong. So, oh well. I'll be reminding every now and then. So, and all the info is in the description and everything. So, but let's say hi to some peeps. We got Sugar Kitty, Shimmy and a Purr. How's it going? I wish I could actually do the purr sound. I can't do it. And I saw Lil was here. I know she's on a plane. I like never even bothered trying to use Wi-Fi on a plane. Like, I think I've tried once and it was awful. So I get that that's super sketchy. What is up, Michael S? How you doing? Whiskey Jerg. I need to just like hear you say it and have like a recording of you saying it. But anyways, how's it going? How's that a new camera suiting you? I need to respond to your message about it. I forgot. What is that top dog? Real quick, Michael S. Mine's the old version, but there was like a little adapter so that you could attach a wide angle lens, but it's not like you could actually put a bunch of lens. I don't know if the EVZ10 allows attachable lens, but it's not like you have to use a lens. So I only use my wide angle one like on the trail to get a better, better shot. I don't want a wide angle of my own. So, oh, I forgot to close other things and my computer's getting loud. Sorry if it's picking up. I'm gonna scroll to the bottom and make sure nobody's mad about my sound or anything. Okay, good. Doesn't look like it. Okay. And then I saw Kelko was in here. I lost it. Out of order. Top Dog is here. Listen to Top Dog, like he said. Hit that like button, por favor. It's greatly appreciated. Definitely helps the channel. So, and it's free. Don't hit the down one. Hit the one that goes up. Like I drew on the little thing. Tim Corney, how's it going, buddy? Not bad. Smoking Firewater, how you doing? 4-Leaf Whiskey, hey Stacy. How are you? We got 21090. How you doing? Hot minute. You should come to Tennessee right now. But it's actually, I know the temperature in Lynchburg, Tennessee, and Nashville, Tennessee. I could tell, well, what it was like earlier this afternoon. It was 100 here. So, but it's a dry heat. The Lynchburg was 94, and then Nashville was 89 around like 3:30 or something when I looked at this. Random info that I have available. What is up, Bourbon Whiskey Uncensored? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a bit, which is probably more my fault than yours. When I first read the title card, I just drinking unusual to me. I didn't see whiskey. I felt that was a big lie. Yeah, drinking is not unusual to me. That is a long-term thing I'm quite used to. So the fun of being in my family is like everybody drinks like wine and cocktails and stuff. So like nobody's bothered that I drink whiskey. I mean, I think it's a little weird, but I don't like wine. So what's up, America Martinez? How you doing? Wepa. I was listening to oh my god, Jose Feliciano just yesterday. Sometimes you just get that craving, you know. Renee's in Utah, in Ogden. It's like is that like an hour? Not that long. Are you gonna be visiting her while she's here? Remember you mentioning this before. Fucking awesome. All right, I'm gonna have a little sip. We got Nick in the chat. All right, everybody's just chit chatting. I love when Lil calls Nick Mr. Rodriguez. It's my favorite. I will be in Lynchburg on Friday. What? Want a Jack Daniels? Yes, I need to get lens. And it come with a kit lens. I got an adapter to use cheaper. Oh yeah. I'm sure Josh from Shop and Whiskey, Josh Gold, I know he knows like all that sort of stuff. I'm very like, what was the most basic thing I could do? I can take it on the trails. It's not too expensive. Like lens are where you start getting into the real money of it. My brother's into photography. It's crazy. What's up, Dragland? How you doing? I myself am strange and unusual. I too like to play dangerously. Anybody else quote Austin Powers a ridiculous amount for how long it's been? You haven't had the right wine. Yeah, my mom and brother are very big into wine and good wines and everything. Wine, like red wines, give me headaches. I'll drink a white wine, but I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it. Plus, it goes bad once you've opened it. Like whiskey, you can open it and just leave it hanging around for freaking ever. It's great. Okay. Mostly caught up. I think I said hi to most peeps. So my thought tonight was basically I've got some samples over here. I've got some samples here. I just grabbed some different samples of stuff that if I have tried it before, I haven't had, you know, like I maybe had one pour at a meetup somewhere kind of thing amongst a bunch of other pours. And so it's like I would never be able to recognize that again. And I am going to be in Madness. I'm a second seed. I have not watched to understand how the bracket setup is right now. So I know who the other second seeds are, but that doesn't actually help me because that's not who I'm going against. So I know he did a thing last Friday, so I need to go back and figure out what the deal is on when I'll be and who I'm against and whatever. But, you know, a lot of times our training is doing blind flights, but I feel like step one should be, you know, just drinking whiskeys you're not familiar with and you know you can't recognize to become familiar with them so that then when you get to the blind flights, you're a little more familiar. I don't know. Can we into Poe? Into being Poe? We got that covered. Into pours in the park? Is that what you're trying to say? It's gonna be, here we go. There it is. There's the fix. Into pours. Ooh, that would be very, very difficult for us this year. So I mean, I'm not 100% ruling it out. My student loans did just give me a random break. So maybe because of that opens up a little room in the budget. But I can't promise. I've got a big road trip in September with my mom. I'm super stoked for, but that'll be some money. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigas? What's up, Rex? Look out, how's it going? I'm just drinking some fucking whiskey. Look how I paused. Hey, Shane, what is up? Shane just sent us a delightful surprise package. Not sent a package, but delivered some goodies by hand to us. Awkward pause. But something I might have had a tiny pour before this. I feel like the light on here is just like nuts tonight. Like it's just trying to like really overdo the, maybe it's because I'm wearing this thing. I don't know. 13 and 8 shall we? Okay, let's get something poured. Not just me saying 20 fucking times in an hour. More than that, probably. Okay, so I meant to line these up a little bit in like a whatchamacallit, proof order beforehand. What proof is this? This one's 109. So I've got a Starlight port finish here. I don't know if the port finish might screw me up for down the road. Any new tactics? Well, right now what I'm trying is just training on just trying some things I don't normally drink or I've never drank at all before, mostly via samples, to expose myself to some more different profiles than just the standards. Whenever I have Nick pour a blind flight at home, it's, normally it's like I want to have a good time and I want to enjoy what I'm drinking. So he pours me things that I know. So it's a little easier for me to guess. Been on Little Book 8, Path Not Taken. It's all rise. Yeah. Hard pass, big skip. The Little Book, Chapter 3. Oh, I think I've got it back there. Divine. Little Book, Chapter 7. Yeah. In retrospect, it's not like a blend of ryes. It's got rye in it. But to me, that rye takes over. Like, that is the primary thing I taste. So, yeah, definitely going to bother Chapter 8. So, okay. So I was thinking about this Starlight port finish. I also have a Copper Sky 7-year single barrel that's 100 proof. I've got like I have BBC Ferrand. Trying to pick one that's like a lower proof not all of these have the proof written down. I should have thought of that. Oh no, this 3-quart is higher proof too. We'll start with this Copper Sky 7-year single barrel that's 100 proof. So we'll put that in. I don't have a live wire one here. Oh, I think they're all dirty. Normally I would have a live wire one because I bugged Mike about this earlier. This is a Colorado distillery, Copper Sky. I think they're in Denver. But it doesn't actually say like if it's a bourbon, so I think it is. Oh, I forgot that. It's probably a little hard to see because of the lighting. So okay, yeah, it definitely does not smell like a rye. So also I didn't write back down who sent me this. So some of these I know who they're from. Some of them I don't. I hide whiskeys. Wow. The lighting is crazy. Whoa. Jeez. I do not normally have that issue. I feel like, come on, ZB1. Don't poorly represent. Now, I don't know much about Copper Sky. I wrote down some notes on some of these. That was so funny. So this actually happened. I've never felt more famous in my life. Like that is the one time that I've had where somebody's, in a place I've absolutely not expected. It's just like, Whiskey Mountains. Like, what? Am I at the airport and somebody's yelling my name right now? But that was so cool, like getting to run into you and just I forget where I was coming back from. I know I was coming home and you were leaving. Otherwise we could have like met up and hung out properly. Let me see. No, I didn't write any notes on the Copper Sky. I don't know about. I think that their stuff comes from MGP. So yes, I am though. It's a Aaron's. What's up, Bike and Bourbon? How's it going? Rye whiskey video. I'll be posting tonight. Oh, I would love to try it. After this, Mash and Drum is going, and one of the things he's doing is a Knob Creek 10-year rye, which I was like, oh, never mind. Don't care. Okay. It said, what would it say? Yeah, it said 7-year. It smells young. It's got like more of that like malt and corn note that you get when you're younger. Like I would have done very poorly if I had to guess age on the nose of this. I feel like I'm not gonna like a lot of these, so fair warning. So that's the Copper Sky 7-year single barrel, 100 proof. It's okay. It's very buttery. Definitely corn. Wow. A lot of corn. Like honey and corn. A lot of honey and corn. Okay, that's kind of crazy how much honey and corn. It's actually not bad. Because it's not overly sweet with the honey. I think because it's the low proof, like it's not going nuts with it, but it's not like amazing. So I guess that's like one MGP. I don't know what Copper Sky does with it. Oh, I forgot to, I know Denver is a high altitude. The temp's probably similar to us right now. One of the things I noticed, some of these were all MGP sourced and, then they're aged in barrels at that distillery or whatever. And some of the distilleries try to distill it as like, oh, it's special because it's our weather and it's our location and whatever. So, because I'm a nerd, I actually looked up the altitude and today's temperature and then the average temperature in case anybody was like just having a bizarre day for the different locations, and then like the current humidity. I didn't look up the average humidity of the different places, and since most of them are under 1,000 feet altitude, I didn't try to like the humidity differences. The numbers will make sense if that makes sense. Altitude greatly affects what that number that you're seeing when you think about the relative humidity, which I totally got into today. I went down the rabbit hole on this, but so this is Copper Sky, which I did not look up, but that's in Denver, I think. It's going to be high altitude, probably 80s, 90s today, my guess. Probably not a high humidity, but I don't know that for sure. But that would be a different relative humidity than like Lexington's. So, okay. Anyways, nerd comments aside, another one I wanted to pull out here. I haven't seen him in chat yet, but Taste and Sensibility is amazing. He sent me. Here's my bar. He sent me, or he delivered to me this JT Mellick Louisiana whiskey, which is a rice, right? Yeah, rice whiskey. And to be honest, I did not. I was excited to try it. Women of Whiskeys had a woman from there who pretty much runs it, or she's the daughter of the person who runs it. She's like a large part of this distillery. I don't know. I think she's like a co-owner or co-president or something like that. She's very high up in it and knows her shit about it. And she was just really awesome. So I was like kind of jealous that I couldn't try it. So he hooked me up and I was shocked by it. Now this is their 96 proof version. I'm going to put this in Women of Whiskeys. That makes sense. And I also have a sample of higher proof of it. So I might come back to that as I come back through. This is dirty. But I don't understand. It's like paint. Maybe it's just paint. I don't think I painted over here and not white. Well, I might have spackled some holes. You know how you do. Sometimes you're just bored. That is literally, this is a great thing to do if you're bored. Like if you're bored and you're just like, what's something I could do real quick that would make me feel productive? Spackle a hole. It's really easy. And I just keep the paint around. Makes you feel good about yourself. Okay. Let's see here. I saw Adam, Mr. Whiskey Shits in here. You dick. I'm helping him pack the house on Friday. Jerk. I'm so sad. I can't believe they're ditching me. I'm gonna miss rocks. All the kitties. The barrel strength Malik is where it's at. Okay, so I'll probably come back around and have a little sip of Knob Creek just to reorient, even though I'm about to go to a rice whiskey. Also, I was listening to the Star Trek musical soundtrack before this. I'm like, they've got some hitter songs in there. I'll be going through my head all night. It would have taken you about, okay. Spackling is fun, right? It's just so productive. I'm telling you. I know you didn't mean that truly, but I'm going to pretend you did. Welcome to Whiskey Mountains, where if I'm not on the trail, I just get drunk and spackle things. I'm always drilling holes. Nobody take that for granted. I really like the nose on this. I was very shocked by this. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't smell as bizarre. So one of the earlier little books had like a rice whiskey blend. I think it was like brown rice whiskey was in it and was a major part of it. And I did not like that at all. It was just funky. It was not a funk that I liked. So I was a little worried about this, but honestly, like I really like the nose. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's not a malt thing. It's not like a very grainy note. Especially since normally that grain we're thinking of is barley, not rice. I don't know. It's good. It's just a nice amount of of sweet and spice is what I was trying to say. Actually, I'm really excited to try the higher proof. Like this is yummy and it has flavor, but it's like pretty simple. And I think that's because it is 96 proof. So it's just a little simple and doesn't punch out with its flavors. But I bet that higher proof is going to be killer. But that one is 159%, so 118 proof. So it's going to take me, I'm going to have maybe 2 more pours between there. Drink your water, bitches. I say bitches with love. To me, that is it's a love word. Okay, so I do have Chattanooga in here. Oh, I didn't take off the tape. I've had a couple of Chattanoogas in the past. I believe their thing is that they use malted rye. Do they use malted corn? I love him. This was from, it doesn't say it on there, but this was from my whiskey lab, who often tracks for me and has just been a longtime supporter, and he's down in Georgia. And he sent me a bunch of these samples when I saw a stream, but had never tried Chattanooga, and then discovered I don't like malted grains. But this has, but he gives you all the info. So this is 111 proof, 2-year, toasted and charred oak barrels, mash bill, yellow corn, malted rye, caramel malted barley, and honey malted barley. Just like a bizarre combination. But y'all, this is how you do a label. And I say that with admiration and not criticism, because my labels are green masking tape and blue Sharpie that I write real fast. So it does not have as much info. Let's pour that. We'll pour that into whiskeychannel.com. Okay, so that's 111 proof. So we had 100, we had 96 proof. So this will be 111 proof. I'm just going to pour a wee bit of this. I was sent this sample a long time ago. I have stuff hidden all around my apartment. So I often just lose things and then randomly find them again. So today I was trying to find samples somebody else sent, Des Bailey. She sent me some Barrel King, and I can't find them because I keep hiding things. It's stupid. Partly from my cat, who I'm shocked he's passed out right now. I got a cat a week and a half ago, and he's been nuts. But he's just like passed out. It's so cute. He's so freaking cute right now. Like children, your pets are also cuter when they're asleep and not annoying you. Okay. We have this is a song about like the wart core being unstable. Well, no, that is stable. The intermix chamber. Okay. Now I've got this 3-chord. And we're good. I'm gonna put that here so I know. Also, I'm using the little flight board that my whiskey lab made me that I'm obsessed with. So that seems appropriate that I'm also drinking one of his samples. All right, I see T-Rob's up in here. What is up, T-Rob? I thought of you. It's 100 degrees here today. Well, I think it's down to 90, down to 91. So I grabbed my fan for the live stream because I knew it would get hot. That does feel good. It does more good out here in the dry heat because Utah's better. Just say. Let's see. Can you do a review of a rye? I have a couple of rye options. Technically, I wasn't gonna drink them. I know I have a Sagamore double oaked rye. I might have another one. No, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. I just have the one, like very readily available. I could easily run and grab other ones, but I do have the Sagamore double oaked rye that I could revisit. I have tried it before. As I recall, I don't like it. But I could see that being in a blind flight. And I know it's super pop. I know 21090 loves their freaking Sagamore. They were here. Let's see here. Whiskey Mountains. I have to jump on a live at the top of the hour. Would you indulge me with cracking? Oh, right now? You mean right now? Okay, let me have this pour, this Chattanooga, and then I'll do the Knob Creek because it's 6:25 and you said top of the hour. So, oh my God, so many comments. Sorry. What's up, Bourbon Syndicate? Yes, what Nick said. What did Nick say? I don't listen to Nick. Do a pour of the Knob Creek that Shane sent you before 6:45, please. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so after this, I will do that. After this, I will do that. You can get with this. You can get with that. Sorry. Ongoing joke for me and Nick. Pets are definitely cuter when they're not circling the wagons, wanting food, and get out their gloves and point them at you. Oh, wait, this is... your cats are just pointing pistols at you? That's a little weird. I can see a cat picking a block. Here's A-Rod. There you go. Yeah, it was a scorcher today, 98, and heat index. What was the humidity? I'm obsessed about humidity right now. T-Rob, you got to tell me. I wish I knew like the calculation for figuring out like how much water vapor that actually means there at that altitude as opposed to like how much ours means here. Because like if I say 30% humidity here and you say 30% humidity in South Carolina, that is totally different levels of humidity. It is relative to your altitude and how much pressure there is keeping the water vapor. So like the potential of how much water could be in the air. It's something I've like wondered about for years and figured that was the case. And then I dug into it today. I wanted to know. But so like, anyways, I'm curious. Even though I forgot to look it up here. They're like maybe Tim and Nick are texting. I thought Nick was like warning me about something. Get custom logs. That'd be something. So that I don't have to keep hiding them in all tons of random places. But could keep them safe from my cat. He will get into everything and anything. He's not my first cat, but our last one was 13 when we adopted her, and either 18 or 21 when she passed away. So, like she was 10 or 13 when we adopted her. So she wasn't getting into diddly squat. My cats are insistent, not to mention armed. When my cat is in a mood, I have discovered I have to use multiple blankets because he will go after my feet underneath them. Like, fucking douche. Leave me alone. Too hot for that. 49% at the moment. Damn. That's not super. It gets worse. It gets worse there. I've been there when it is, insanely muggy. 71%. And y'all are going to be at similar altitudes. So that's going to be similar levels of humidity. I'm obsessed about this. I don't know why. It's just like, it's an aspect that nobody ever mentions. And so sometimes I'm like, wow, it says it's like crazy humid here. And it doesn't feel like it does in South Carolina when it says it's that humid. Because it's a totally different amount of water vapor being kept in the air. Wonderful. I will absolutely read that drunkenly after the stream. Okay. I've got that Chattanooga poured, and then I'm going to grab a funky glass for the Knob Creek 120. I'm going to grab an egg roll glass, Deathless Dogs. So this was, well, I'll get to that. That'll be after this Chattanooga. So this is the one with all their weird malted rye, malted barley, and honey, caramel malted barley and honey malted barley. Now, I don't know what makes it caramel or honey. I've smelled worse Chattanoogas. A lot of times Chattanoogas smell like a fart to me. That I remember from like, actually, I came on Kilco's one time and we did a Chattanooga, but I think it was blind. And I was like, this smells like a fart. And Jim Morris was laughing. He's like, that probably means it's Chattanooga because she thinks they smell like farts. But this does not smell farty to me. So that's an improvement. I know it's important. Exactly. I feel like if I don't, it'll come at me out of nowhere in Matt Madness and it'll totally screw me up. So I'm screwing over Chattanooga before they can screw me over. Doesn't really add up, but whatever. I'm not a big fan of Chattanooga as a city. Me? I don't know. It's not, it doesn't stink. It does not smell like fart. That's what I can say for it. Okay. I'm trying to be fair. It does have like a nice amount of spice that comes in. So it's just like maybe different levels of the malting process, you think? It makes it caramel as opposed to honey malted barley? I know that the malting process is basically they allow it to sprout before kiln drying it, sort of thing. But and one of the unusual things is they do that to their rye. I just don't understand what makes it caramel and honey. Sorry if you heard a squeal. Cars outside. Giving it another sip. Feel like I'm being mean to it. It's not as bad as I remember. Maybe it's just this one. This is just their straight bourbon whiskey. It has this coating effect that I'm not very into. Like it lingers on the tongue, but not in a good way. Like in the way that honey physically coats your tongue. And maybe part of the problem is I don't actually like honey, even though I'm in the beehive state. So like this is super popular whiskey. I know that. I know I'm unusual in not liking it. It's not my jam. We all have our jams, and this is not one of them. I definitely do not. Oh, thank you. Finally, somebody else who also doesn't like anything from Chattanooga. I know it's super popular, but just does not do it for me. Okay, so to get rid of that, let's have a little Knob Creek 120. I did open it before a stream and had like the tiniest pour. But so this is the Lake Wiley pick, which is insane to me. Shane lives, Storytime Distillery, lives, let me make sure this is actually clean. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Lives very close to where I grew up. I know Lake Wiley well. Like, but obviously that was way before I was into whiskey, and I never would have imagined like I'd be drinking a Lake Wiley Knob Creek pick. But he has given me a Lake Wiley Russell's pick before that tasted like Buffalo Trace. I swear it would screw anybody up in a blind flight. It is the most bizarre thing, but I really enjoy that pick. Like to me, it's like it comes off more Buffalo Trace than Wild Turkey sort of deal. But I really dig it. It's a really nice pick. Your tongue, but not a good way, like a bad kisser. Exactly. That perfect. Nailed it. That is. I'm trying to think of a movie with like a bad kisser. I'm like imagining one, but I can't think of who it is. Anyways, it's nice to break this up with a little familiarity. Plus, it helps you know where you're at. Like if you are playing around with just like, I want to learn, how to recognize whiskeys better or whatever, make sure you also return to ones you know well, because it helps you know where you're at. Like, is your palate just totally off and everything tastes bizarre because you're drinking weird things back to back? Or like, are you spot on and things taste right because you go back to something you do know, Knob Creek, and it tastes delicious, as it should. If Knob Creek doesn't taste delicious in your blind flight, then you're doing something wrong. Go back, start again. That's my expert advice. What makes you an expert? Because you'll publish bullshit on YouTube that makes you an expert? I don't think so. Exactly. It's like a positive control. Controls are good, as my old boss used to say. I'm really excited. I just got a bunch of control protein from it. Okay, what's up, Chris Tats? How you doing, buddy? I saw Lil is on a plane. Are you also flying, or is she the only one having fun? Or is she not having fun and it's just for work? Sometimes she gets to do like all the really fun things, like go to the horse races and stuff. And Nick likes architects, so there's that. I love that Storytime does not like architect. I just don't feel strongly. It's very middle of the lane, middle of the road, middle of something to me. Oh, Lil's traveling for work. Okay, it's not that fun. But still. Oh, not great. That's why I'm like, I got like a nutty thing, like a dry nutty thing. But I like that. Like, I feel like a lot of times people hear dry and think that that's a bad note. But I kind of mean it as like it's not overly sweet, or fruity, or honey. I love how I say those things like, Mm. This is a weird glass. I think I've only like used this one before. Ooh, this one has a lot of like that dry peanut shell note. That's what I'm getting right now, at least. After like a rice whiskey and a weird malted Chattanooga whiskey. True. Yes, you will. In all the airports. There's shitty Wi-Fi on the planes. Preston, Lil, do you know when you'll be in Vegas? Hmm, that's good. It's funny because this one's coming off like hardcore on the dry nuttiness. Okay. But there's something else, almost like one am I sip? Like a weird fruit note, but I can't place it. Not like raspberry, not like tart. Definitely not a strong sweetness on this. Mm. But damn, that's lingering. Okay. I have to come back to that again in a little bit. I also feel like the weird stuff I'm having in between. Okay, what time are we at? 6:37. I am giving 2 bottles away to my Patreons tonight. They're the same bottle. So it's two. I think these bottles are divine. I got these in Vegas a couple years, like a year ago, and I was like fucking loved it. We got 2 while we were there, and now they've hit Utah and are like on shelves all the time here, and it's $50. I think this is such a great pour. So I picked up 2 today to give away to my patrons. So I'll be doing a wheel thing at right about at the end to give away to 2 patrons. Partly because I've been slacking for sure. I'm super late on this month's thing. Oh, speaking of this month's thing, I have not talked about the fundraiser. All right, let me pick my next one. Okay, so I could do, we've got blackened toasted bourbon. Blackwood, not blackened. Blackened is totally different. Blackwood toasted bourbon. I checked them out. I was trying to figure it out. I think they might be, I don't know if they're sourced from Kentucky. I think they're definitely sourced because their big marketing thing seems to be about their special toasting of their bottles or whatever. But that's a toasted bourbon at 121 proof, which I've never had like a high proof toasted bourbon. Or we've got 3 chord at 114.6 proof, I guess. That's pretty much all it tells me. 3 chord, 57.3%. Or I could do Bardstown Bourbon Company Ferrand. Wait for it. It'll do it. There it goes. Boom. I love my Sony ZV-1. Which is 110 proof. I'm kind of between or I guess I could do the Sagamore Double Oak Rye. Sagamore Double Oak Rye is another option. It doesn't not say the proof. Nick has long finished his bottle of this that he had like over a year ago. All right, Tim Corney was the first one coming through, and he said the Bardstown Bourbon Company Ferrand. Probably French, so that means you probably don't pronounce, 20% of the letters. My best friend is French. I can make fun of the French all I want. I've been doing it since I was 3 years old when we met. Also, thank you so much, Independent Joe. You're fucking killing it tonight. I really appreciate it. Posting the links and stuff. Actually, Independent Joe, if you're still here, could you post the link to the Alzheimer's fundraiser info? It's pronounced whiskey. So, as y'all know, every year I do the Alzheimer's fundraiser. I've got my BBC report. I do an Alzheimer's fundraiser. So this is the Alzheimer's Association, which helps support research. Actually, my lab is applying for a grant from them right now, which is super exciting. And they also support like caregivers and anybody who finds out and gets that diagnosis sort of thing, they provide a lot of material and support for that and everything. And they're just an amazing association. And my grandfather had Alzheimer's for 20 years, uh, which is a very long time to have it. But he stayed at home with my abuela. My dad moved back to Puerto Rico to take care of him. And it's just a cause that means a lot to me. You know what? And a lot of us have watched somebody go away, their mind slowly go away from this disease, uh, or other forms of dementia. So my stepfather actually had Lewy body dementia. So, but the research that helps one dementia will definitely, you know, help highlight mechanisms and things that are going on and diagnostic assays and treatment and potential treatments and things for other dementias. So, there's definitely a lot of overlap and also other neurodegenerative diseases. So things like muscular sclerosis, even, or Parkinson's. So it's just a cause that's super important to me. And I do a fundraiser with the channel every year. And last year I went to Idaho and did it at Women of Whiskeys, which was super fun. And Michelle is the sweetest and is letting me come again next month. So July 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern. Share that link, share that info with everybody you know. I would really, really appreciate it. Like, it is this community that makes that fundraiser awesome. And I started doing that fundraiser. This is the 4th year. And a lot of other, big fundraisers have occurred since then. And I'm really proud that this fundraiser has actually kind of helped many of those other fundraisers be as successful as they were. So it's I've set up like a way, and I love being a contact and helping support them. I often track those other fundraisers because I'm very familiar with the whole process and give advice for the ins and outs. I love that this community can do so much for so many different people. It's awesome. So it's not just helping Alzheimer's research and hopefully finding a cure for Alzheimer's and, and finding support for people who have it right now. But it's also this community just helping fucking everybody, and it's amazing, which is killer. So the link is in the description. I've got a page on my website, which I've reactivated with all the info, and I'll keep updating it with what the prizes are. But there's also on that website, there's the link to where to donate to enter, $5 in entry. You can win more than once. But also in the description, there's the direct link to just donate. You can donate early. You just want to donate before the end of that stream, because we're going to call the winners at the end of that stream. You don't have to be at that stream to win on July 21st. I will contact every single freaking winner afterwards and let y'all know and get you in contact and get, that prize set up or whatever. So you don't have to be there. You can donate now. You can donate, the next paycheck or whatever works for you. You can donate the day of, during the stream, whatever. You just want to do it before the end of the stream to be entered for the prizes. Also, if you'd like to donate a prize, you can mention it in chat and I'll write it down. You can email me. My email's in the description, or you can message me on Instagram, Whiskey Mountains. Okay. That's everything, I think. So, but easy way to find out. If you forget any of this later, you're like, I want to tell people info, but I can't remember the details. WhiskeyMountains.com. Super easy. It's the highlighted item at the top of the page. And from there, it links you to the page about the whole fundraiser with the list, with the donations, with all the info, with the fact you don't have to be there. All that shit is on there. So WhiskeyMountains.com, easiest way to refer back to any of this information. Please spread the word. I'm going to try and be more present in chats. Spread that word. We have grants due at the beginning of July, so things are a little nuts, but I will, I am trying. Anyways, let's try BBC Bardstown Bourbon Company. I took Arabic for a year, and one of the sounds there, they were like, oh, it's like the French R. And I'm like, oh, that's really fucking helpful, because all of us can just do the French R. It's just like I called my best friend who's French, and I was like, can you just do it again? Do it again? Do it again? I just need to hear you say that 100 million times, and maybe I'll finally catch it. Clearly, never did. Okay. yes, after this, check out Whiskey Corner because my boy Shane is going to be hanging out live over there, which is super cool. I'm sorry I didn't know that beforehand, Shane. I would have put the link in the description. So, and if y'all scroll up, Independent Joe has posted it there. But again, just go to the description and all that info is there. Freaking love you, Tim Corney. Tim Corney and I have become friends over this whole Alzheimer's fundraiser thing. He lost his wife to early onset Alzheimer's, which is a much rarer condition, luckily, but awful. It's one thing, when you're 80s or whatever, like it still sucks, but to have it when you're in your late 40s, early 50s, like, come on. Okay. BBC fun. All right. I need some water. It is 6:46 in about 15 minutes. We'll be ending the stream. So a little before that, I will call the Patreon giveaway, which will be fun. I can see it's going to storm outside, but I'm like waiting for that to drop. I'll tell y'all what the humidity is when it does, though, since I'm now obsessed. Oh, where's BB? Oh, I didn't look up Bardstown. What have I drank tonight? Chattanooga. Oh, I guess I looked up Nashville and Lynchburg, but I didn't look up Chattanooga. Anyways, the whole point of me looking those up was just some of the samples from these different places. And like Nashville is at 554 feet above sea level, Lynchburg 804, Lexington 978, Louisville 466, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, NGP is 784 feet above sea level. And then High West at Wanship, Utah is at 5,925 feet above sea level, which is more than a mile high. So I'm just like curious as I drink them side by side, like if you pay more and more attention to that, do you start to see patterns at all? Because they pitch that as like such a big thing. Almost all of those were in the 80s today, and that was like their average. 89, 94, 86, 86, 80, 83. So, but the humidities varied more. Tennessee, 54, Kentucky's, like both places in Kentucky were at 57%. Indiana, though, NGP was 77%. So I do kind of wonder about how the humidity affects it. And then Utah was at 29%. It's just like, it's fun to think about those things when you're drinking stuff from different places. And it's like, oh, I notice, I don't know if you would notice the patterns or not, but always makes me curious. Oh, I just like went right in. Didn't smell it, didn't do shit. Okay. I love that I lost viewers while I was talking about humidity percentages at the different distilleries. That's appropriate. That's legit. I imagine Hello Again Whiskey Fronts is probably doing something more entertaining. Plus, they've got like the 4 dudes on there. Like they're having a good time. 3 dudes. Sometimes they have a guest. I don't know what they're doing tonight. Actually, it's funny. This is, yeah. Getting like dry nuttiness notes. So I was like, this is not my Knob Creek glass, right? It is weird how Knob Creeky this is coming off to me. I don't know about the BBC Ferran. Is that it's cognac finished. Which bourbon is made? I definitely just opened up a new tab and Googled it. I mean, one thing we all love about Bardstown is how transparent they are. So of course I didn't go to the Bardstown site. I just went to some stupid. Oh, they might not have it up. Maison Florent. You know the French. Oh well, my computer is losing it because it's mad that I'm opening things while streaming. I apologize if you can hear the fan. I tried closing. Well, I guess I could close Notion. I don't want to close that. I need that for work, and it's hard to find. Okay. I don't know. So this is cognac finished. I cannot remember the last time I had. My stepfather used to love cognac. He died 2019. But I never really got. I feel like I tried it, but Been a long time since I tried cognac. Nick kind of likes cognac. I think he's got some Hennessy. That's cognac, right? I should try that sometime and see if I can pick it out in the finish. Apparently, this is cognac finish. Hmm. Hmm. How much was this bottle? Bardstown Maison Ferrand. I love pretending to be able to pronounce French. It never goes well. All right. I need water. I don't know about this. Drain a little Knob Creek real quick, like just 100 proof. Kind of reset. Okay, I will say that's coming off like sweeter and less dry than it normally does. Look what I like how it's like funky. I wish there was a way to like actually press a reset button. You know, like on the plug kind of deal, like on the outlet, they've got the little red button. You can press the. Am I doing pinkies out? Obviously, it's Maison Ferrand. I think they just like they don't even pronounce any of the letters. It's more just like a hint of the sounds that they might make. You know, fucking French. I love you, French. Okay. I'm not getting a ton from this. I feel like I'm going to need to revisit this. There's definitely like not like a wine note, but kind of like a dry tannin note that I get from, you know, like red wines, like that drier tannin note. But like I'm not getting like it's 110 proof. I'm not getting like a ton of complexity. I'm not getting a punch of flavor. Like yeah, I would expect more. I feel like I'm gonna have to I'm glad I didn't pour too much of the sample. I want to revisit this when I haven't had a bunch of other weird things. We are at 6:53. So I grabbed, all right, no, in fact, for y'all, because I love y'all. Where is it? Where's the fucking rye? Sagamore Double Oak Rye. I'll have some Sagamore Double Oak Rye in a Mountain Journey thing, which seems appropriate. He does his get together at Sagamore. Oh, if I don't have my knife. Anyways, while I pick up, okay, that actually opened up not as much of a problem as I thought it was going to be. All right, Sagamore Double Oak Rye. Don't know the proof. Try it again. Everybody's like, if you don't like rye, you'll like the Sagamore Double Oak Rye. Want to bet? And I'm going to pull up, I set it up beforehand to do the Patreon giveaway. So I'm just going to call 2 names. I'm going to share my tab of it. If it'll load, maybe it won't. Just kidding. I don't know why it's not loading. Why you gotta be so mean? Okay, it's just spiraling out of control. Hopefully that's gonna load. While I wait. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Sagamore Double Oaked. Double Oaked often makes bourbon too sweet to me. Like Woodford Double Oaked is a no-go for me. It's just so sweet. But maybe that yay, I've decided to load. Maybe that Double Oaked will help the like hide all the rye stuff. I don't like. It's been a hot minute. It's been over a year at least. Spiraling out of control. Right? MC likes the Double Oak Rye. The Sagamore? Yeah, the Sagamore. All right, let us share that tab. We're just gonna, yes, that's the one I want to do. I'm trying to, but you're not letting me. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't make me close the one thing. I don't have that much open, y'all. I don't know why it's so mad. or make sure you click share on the model and not cancel. Yeah, I understand the words share versus cancel, but you won't let me pick the thing. Okay, here. It won't let me pick a tab. So you're going to see the whole window. Hey, welcome to the backyard of StreamYard. Hopefully now you can see this, the wheel. So this is just all my patrons listed. We're going to spin this twice. Pick a name. What we got? What we got? Oh, looks like Gem Pots. Winners. Okay, we're going to remove Gem. Congrats, Gem Pots. And we're going to spin again. Doesn't tell you that you need to spin. I have no idea what y'all are seeing. If y'all are seeing exactly the same thing as me in it. It's all right. I love it. I'm sending this to Katie Took. Not to Ethan. Not the freaking tall one. But Katie, the nice one. If you've ever watched them, you know. Also, me and Ethan love giving each other a hard time. And I have the best picture with him at the last year's Ports in the Park because I'm very short and he's very tall. And he's kneeling. Check out my Instagram. It's on there. It's hilarious. What's up, Paul Graham? How you doing? Heaven Hill goes good in coffee, right? So I literally just made coffee like with theirs today and yesterday. So Nick and I got like a sample pack of a few of their different ones. So driftingdrams.com, and you can get their coffee, which some of it they do like barrel finish sort of thing. I don't understand it. I don't know anything about coffee. I just have a little cafetera, you know, that you do on the stove top. And that's how I make mine. I just café con leche. Abuela style, you know? If Miracle Martinez is here, they'll know. They'll know. She'll know. My abuela taught me well. Someone should set up cognac flight for her. I think we've only got the one cognac, so it'd be very small flight. Maybe two, but I think they'd both be Hennessy. So I don't know that it would be a very exciting flight. 6:58. So like I said, Whiskey Corner is going on at 7 with Shane. And of course, Mash and Drum is going on at 7. I've got his link in the description so you can easily find it. What do I have in here? Oh, Sagamore Double Oaks. All right. We will end this flight, this live, on some Sagamore Double Oaks. And silence and the sound of the fan. Hey, you know, do you use la cafetera? That's all I use. That's it. Nick doesn't like it. It's too strong. Normally I use Café Bustelo, but they ground it so that it would be okay for like espresso grounds to use. I guess other people call it a mocha pot. That sounds really stupid to me. M-O-K-A. I mean, it's cafetera. Okay, so it comes in hot. No, it comes in. No, it's still there. It's still there, y'all. Everybody who's like, oh, it doesn't even taste like a rye is full of shit. The very first sip is like sweeter and hiding the rye until like a moment later. And then you reinforce it with the next sip. And it's there. It's there. It's like the oak immediately is gone for me. Ugh. I'm gonna give it one more sip. One more sip. Okay. This is the Sagamore Double Oak. I don't know what the proof is on that. Ugh. It's funny, on the nose, this is a tricky bitch. You would not guess it's a rye. I will give you that. On the nose, it's a tricky bitch. You would not guess it's a rye. One more sip, and we're going to close out the stream drinking my fucking Knob Creek 120. Up front, she's a sneaky bitch. Up front, it's all like sweet and caramel. Not even caramel, like chocolatey. It's more chocolatey. And just sweetness and smoothness up front. And then you get to the back and you swallow. That's the problem with rye. You can't hide it. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Oh, Shane, thank you so much. Hopefully see you on. Oh, that will be amazing if you can make it. Y'all, ALZHEIME'S fundraiser. Shane might show up. Mike Stahl might be able to show up. I'm excited. I'm excited. And we'll be at the Davilars. Miracle Martinez, yours is for coffee. Para café. No, we need the coffee. Thanks so much, Tim. It was fun. I'm gonna go back to my Knob Creek now. I like I say that a lot. Check out Whiskey Corner with Shane from Storytime Distillery and Storytime, by the way. Amazing stuff. And then, or Mash and Drum, who is just covering a couple of like new whiskeys like Knob Creek in here, right? Anyways, thanks so much for joining me. Salud!